When I grow up, I want to be a realtor. I was 12 years old when I first said that. I remember when my parents were looking for their very first home. We'd go around with the realtor looking at all these properties, and home after home was disappointment after disappointment. For one reason or another, it just wasn't happening. I remember one time they went to go see a home with an ocean view. It was listed just over $100,000. Today, that home is probably worth over $1 million. Right before seeing that home, instead of stepping on the emergency brake, the realtor stepped on the gas, drove her car right through the neighbor's bush. She convinced my parents that the home was on a busy street and that they shouldn't buy it. I think she was just embarrassed. Then, another property, a duplex, where the second unit would have sustained the expense of the home, virtually, it didn't work out. Home after home, we kept getting excited and getting let down. Until finally, as a 12-year-old, I decided, you know what? I'm taking matters into my own hands. I jumped on my bicycle, rode around town, all the neighborhoods they had been looking at. And I remember, I'd see a home with a sign, and I would write down the address, the agent's information, a little spiral notebook that I kept in my pocket. Until finally, I saw this one home that had a sign that had fallen over. The sign was covered with leaves. So I rode closer and saw that there was a phone number. I wrote it down. I wrote down the address, and I hurried home. I knew this was the one. I gave the list of all the properties to my parents' agent next time they went out and saw properties. She looked at them and said, "Great, but these are in my book. I've already seen them. They're not available. Except for this one home. It's not on my list. Let me call the agent." So she called the agent and found out, guess what? The home was available and it was for sale. So my parents wrote an offer, purchased the home, and I can still remember to this very day the excitement that we as a family shared the day that my parents got the keys to their very first home. And I remember that feeling, knowing that that's something that I wanted to be able to share with other families. So when I grew up, I knew that I wanted to be involved in real estate. And here I am, 20 years later, standing proudly today as a realtor in San Diego. Now, it's been a long journey. I wasn't always a realtor. But I know that that excitement that my family shared is something that I want to share with other families. I know that the relief that the family that sold their home, that was going through a divorce, I know the relief that the agent brought to them by getting their home sold. That's a problem I want to be able to solve. And I stand here proudly knowing that I'm serving my community, knowing that what I'm doing is going to impact generations to come, and knowing that as an agent, I'm doing something that makes a difference every single day. Now, a lot of you may have seen my rap video and come to the conclusion that I may not have the skills as a rapper. And that's why right now, I'm just speaking to you, just me to you, letting you know that I was born to be a realtor. I'm living by a mission, and that is to increase home ownership.